Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I just had to break up a fight between my two sons. As usual, my 7-year-old wants to scream all the time, and I finally think I got through to him that I don't care whose fault it is. Many of you that are parents out there probably run into this all the time. The kids seem to think that the number one thing we care about is who started it, and I don't give a rat's behind who started. I just don't want to listen to the fighting and yelling. Okay, now let's get on to talking about one of the most important companies in the world and how the financial system of the world is about to change. I got this from X-Men XRP at XRP33. And this is a tweet from Brad Garlinghouse just a few minutes ago. In this nascent industry, we need to be transparent and urge others to do the same. As a responsible stakeholder of XRP, Ripple is confronting this issue by updating the benchmark for market volume and reducing future sales of XRP. So, I think they're doing this in response to a lot of different people who have said a lot of different things. This was a tweet that he tweeted with his with the Q2 2019 XRP markets report. But I'm not going to go through the report itself because C3 Nick summed up the report for us, so I don't have to. This is what I love about my Twitter friends. They send me great information that's summarized, and it's easier to bring to you because I don't want to bore you, and they've gone and found the good things out of here. So, and give C3 Nick a follow, at C3_Nick. Breaking, Ripple Q2 markets report is out. Ripple sold 251.51 million XRP in Q2 2019 and is substantially reducing future sales of XRP. Ripple plans to make a more conservative approach to XRP sales in Q3. As noted, the company switched benchmarks to CCTT and will target programmatic sales at 10 basis points of CCTT reported volumes. Ripple has partnered with the top digital asset brokers and used inventory to serve as a backstop for XRP liquidity. This allowed these OTC liquidity providers the ability to source XRP even when institutional quantities of XRP were difficult to access across exchanges. Ripple decided to pull back from providing XRP over the counter at scale toward the end of Q2. In light of the OTC desk's ability to source institutional demand for XRP in the open markets, good. The number of XRapid transactions increased 170% from Q1 to Q2, and Ripple had a 30% increase in the number of live XRapid partners in Q2. Ripple anticipates this momentum in transaction volume to continue as more partners and customers go live. Through the MoneyGram partnership, which will have an initial term of 2 years, Ripple would become MoneyGram's key partner for cross-border payments and foreign exchange settlement using digital assets. The MoneyGram partnership with Ripple focuses on the XRapid product, #XRP. Good stuff right there, folks. Good stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if this sent the market going nuts. Cryptopolis, at Cryptopolis_X. I received this. Normally I receive things from people on Twitter. I was sent this from my neighbor, who is a complete XRP community member now. He loves talking about XRP. My neighbor, actually, I'm going to pull his text up and I'm going to read it to you because what he said is so true. He sent me this, but early, or maybe yesterday, he sent me this, and this is so true. Never in my life have I seen a company execute like Ripple is right now. Truly amazing what happens when you have a financial product that everyone has to have to survive. And that is so true. He's right on that. So a shout out to my neighbor. But this is big right here, folks. This is from that CNBC interview this morning with Steve Mnuchin. We like payment systems that reduce cost. This is a quote. we're looking at all cryptocurrencies. We talk about Bitcoin because it's the largest, but it has to be a level playing field. I mean, what a quote that is, folks. And so that if you ever wanted a Treasury Secretary of the United States to basically say Ripple and XRP without saying it, it was said right here. We like payment systems that reduce costs. Now, what payment system do you think that is? Come on. I mean, this is so in your face what's going on here, and now we know. I mean, I've never felt more comfortable with the knowing than I do right now. And then this kind of goes hand in hand with it. I was sent this from Metatron at Third Eye of God, and he sent me this. A while back, I told you about Chris Larson. I've talked about Chris Larson and what he said at Money 2020 last year, and this is the actual transcript, or part of it. It says that 10 years out from the financial crisis, this is Chris Larson speaking, we still don't have the infrastructure perhaps to prevent the next one. I think this is where digital assets can come in to help, because a very efficient digital asset can really solve some of the key problems with global liquidity. The world has trillions and trillions of dollars tied up in liquidity just to get around the clunky movement of value around the world. If a really efficient digital asset like XRP, and that's what we believe is the most efficient, you can release trillions and trillions of capital from being tied up. So you can make those transfers instantly, as you may, whether you're a liquidity provider or a banker, or as an enterprise with having new money positioned all around the world. So that should really go to the heart of what these key players are looking at as the solution for preventing the next global crisis. This is where regulation gets tricky. You want to prevent the next global crisis, you can set up all kinds of regulation to make sure that that never happens, or very little happens. The problem is that you might be preventing that 10% that are fundamentally game changers from making things actually work. So I think he's basically saying you have to be very careful with regulations. Okay, and next, NBK Crypto at NBKLYRAD sent me this. Now this is from that yesterday. Everybody was going nuts about the CEO of WireX taking a shot at XRP and calling it a security. Well, NBK sent me this. He said this makes more sense. The latest this is from him. The latest tweets from him it says, I'm excited about the combination of IBM, StellarX, WireX. And so it looks like he's a Stellar fan. And then this was sent to me as well. StellarX exchange comes to mobile devices. Developers have made the Stellar XLM network more accessible for cryptocurrency traders with the new StellarX mobile wallet and exchange interface for Android, iOS users. So it'll be interesting to see how this unfolds and what WireX has to do with it, because he obviously has an issue, and he still, to my knowledge, has not apologized at all to the XRP community about this. Next, XRP Trooper at TrooperXRP sent me this. Have the NDAs expired? Is this the start of the tsunami of news? This is on Bloomberg. Union Bank and OCBC Bank to pilot cross-border remittances. And I'm assuming they're talking about Ripple and XRP there. Okay, Michael at BAL5 links. Kidney stones after all. Justin Sun posts video from San Francisco following investigation reports. Now yesterday, there was a thing going around saying that they thought China was keeping Justin Sun from traveling. And then later in the day, we saw Justin Sun videoing himself from San Francisco, and you could see landmarks. But anyway, Bay Bridge is beautiful. Me and our comms, aka bodyguard. And so I'm wondering if this was just some publicity stunt by Justin Sun. I mean, the guy is pretty good at getting people to pay attention to him. I'm wondering if that's what's going on there. Okay, XRP Honey Bear at C_Mike13 sent me this one. This is from Grayscale. Durable, portable, verifiable, and divisible. See why Bitcoin is better and why it's time to drop gold. And they put this graphic together that I thought was pretty cool. Properties of money: scarce, durable, portable, verifiable, divisible, fungible, recognized. And they've got two columns, Bitcoin and gold. Like here's just the first example. Bitcoin, the scarcity, there are only 21 million will ever exist. Supply of gold increases 1.5% each year. Durable, secured by an open global network. Gold, often melted into jewelry and trinkets. Bitcoin, portable, can be sent by any internet-connected device globally. Gold, heavy and spendable amounts, not easy to carry around. And then some other negatives about gold that they say: easy to counterfeit. Ever heard of fool's gold? Challenging to break gold down into equal spendable quantities. And then gold typically only accepted at jewelers and pawn shops. So they are putting out the marketing material for their drop gold campaign. Sorry, I'm eating some beef jerky while I talk to you. Okay, XRP Dave at the Davey92 sent me this. Facebook will not rule out digital currency launch without U.S. approval. Now, you want to see some fireworks? This would be funny to watch. But I wanted to show you this because one thing I've said on my channel for a long time is that the reason that governments like the United States, the reason these governments of the world are not going to try to shut down Bitcoin and these things is because they know they can't. If they thought they could, they would. The reason they can't is because it's a global thing. You could shut down Bitcoin in the U.S., but it's open everywhere else, and then the U.S. has a disadvantage over everyone else in the world. So this is from the Facebook, from what they're talking about with Libra. Almost a week later after the congressional hearings, it's difficult to get a clear answer from Facebook about whether it feels it needs U.S. lawmakers on board in order for Libra to go ahead. Midway through last Wednesday's hearing, the second 2-hour-long session, I dropped the company a note seeking clarification. If the U.S. doesn't give approval, but Facebook gets approval elsewhere in the world, will Libra's launch go ahead in those places, I asked. A spokeswoman replied telling me, David Marcus committed that Facebook will not offer the Libra digital currency until we have fully addressed regulatory concerns and received appropriate approvals. This is Facebook's commitment. We will be offering Libra through Calibra. Calibra will only launch in jurisdictions in which we have approval to launch. You want to see the Congress get pissed off? Watch Libra try to do this. What'll end up happening to Facebook is they will find out that the government will crack down on them. They'll start all kinds of investigations if they tried something like this. Watch. But the good news for you and me is that this kind of talk, this kind of stuff is going to keep this right there in the media. Digital assets are going to be the topic of discussion from now on. Okay, Jaquito McPhee at Jaquito McPhee sent me this from the Crypto Man. You got to see this, folks. This guy's talented. XRP community, welcome to the future of art. Welcome to Augmented Reality. Print now available for sale. And he's got a video you can watch here where he shows you his print. And then if you go to his website, and you can go buy one of these, it's CryptoE man.com. And you can buy one of these. He says, Dear XRP community, welcome to the future. Welcome to Augmented Reality. This print is an interactive print. And when you place the order, you will need to download an app on your phone called Artivive. Simply open app and scan the print for the print to come alive right in front of your face. This will get people talking when they come around. We do not frame the items, So anyway, that is really cool. This will be in the Digital Asset Investors Mansion. This or a better version of it as he keeps doing this. Then we had Wietse Vind posted this one. Here's another one of our talented people in the community who did this XRP community poster, Status. You can go to his website it's status.hr, I believe. Time to buy some frames. Thank you, Status. And so this is a poster that he did. Pretty darn cool. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button. And tell your friends and family that the Crypto Man is now doing augmented reality. I don't know if you call that a poster or it's a print, is what he says. Thank you for listening.